And it's update time. Got a lot going on. We did No Fly Zone, the half-mile event in Arizona, about a month back. And then just this last weekend, I did the quarter-mile test and tune at FireBird Raceway. So we got a lot of really good data. We've been pushing the car, and I got some changes on the way. So let's get into it. Here we go. Well, we're out here at No Fly Zone. We've been out here for a little bit now, and wanted to probably do an update video with you guys on how the car's going. You can hear some of the cars running in the back right now. It's gotten a little warm, but the DA is still pretty good, but we're probably around 75 degrees. I was having like 114 degree IATs when I was starting. But it does cool down to about 80 degrees during the run. First couple runs, we've been having traction issues. There's tons of dust all over the track, so doing it from a dig is impossible. Second gear is impossible. Third gear, it starts to hook, and then I'm able to land into it a little bit more. So my 60 to 130s are in like the 6.7 range, 6.6s. So they've gone up a little bit, but this also has a positive slope of like 40%. So it's not the greatest, and especially with the temperatures right now during the day. Most of my 60 to 130s I run at night, obviously, so better DA, cooler weather, everything's better all the way around. So car's doing pretty good. Got one more revision from Kerry before the weekend. He's trying to make sure we have less throttle closures, cleaner ignition. So we've been working on that, and this last revision's actually been awesome. So. Well, we're running good. Actually, with the new revision, added another 3 miles an hour on. So we first ran 155, then we ran pretty close to 157 and a half. So car's getting faster, which is awesome. Last run though, blew the lower coupler. Decide if I want to make that a hard coupler and just do a slip joint or something of the sort. So but we had a really good time here at No Fly Zone. Car ran really well, ran compared to some of these G80s running 800 horsepower, so pretty close to mile an hour there. So really excited for how this is going. Now, as I mentioned on my last run, I blew the coupler on the turbo, so we went ahead and made some changes to the turbo housing. So now I have a hard I have now a hard 90, so I don't have a silicone coupler close to the header, because right here is kind of a close area for the header, and with that heat, I'm sure that's what caused the split. So we went ahead and made that change to the housing, and then continued to do some more testing and tuning and getting the revisions going and turning up the boost. I was making around 40 PSI at No Fly Zone. The car's running really hard. We finally got a lot of the fueling figured out. We got, you know, everything seems to be running pretty smooth. We're starting to put some more timing into it. And then this last weekend, I took it to the quarter-mile track at FireBird Raceway, and it was, I think, pretty successful. We were just trying to figure out, you know, obviously with a rear-wheel drive car, getting my launches down. And we were able to get the 60 foot down to like a 1.8, which is pretty good for this heavy car. We waited at the track with me in the car with the fuel that was in it and full interior. The car weighed 4,205. So she's a big girl. We've been pushing the car and doing some tuning. I did some Mexico events and we were running 60 to 130s. And I finally got that down into the 5.9s, which is, I think, pretty impressive for this big of a car.
30.
With all that data that I had from doing that, we went to the quarter-mile track. Started to get the launches down, but second gear was still giving us a hard time. I tried to do some second gear launches, but couldn't get the turbo to spool up to what I wanted it to on the line. So we went ahead and just started first gear launches. Car was launching really well, but again, second gear wasn't hooking. You can see some of the video here. You can hear it actually in the video. Once I go to shift into second, it's just blowing the tires off. And then we get back into it, and it runs pretty good on the top end though. Now in that video, the El Camino actually went off the light. I was still building boosts, so I still went around him though. And we did, I believe it was a 10.54 in the quarter at 136. We still have some room to go. I think we can improve the 330 foot by a lot. And then if I think if we can get the launch down to like a 1.6 or a 1.7, this car's got 9s in it, which that was my goal, was to get this car down to like 9.9. And then have the quarter-mile record for the F10 N55 and then for the N55 platform. So on my last run of the night, I was on the line building up boost and was loaded up to about 3,800 RPMs. And when I let go of the car, it went nowhere. So wasn't sure what was going on. I decided to get the car back on the trailer, get it home. It was late. That was one of the last runs of the night out of everybody. So I got it home the next day, unloaded it off the trailer, and went to go wash it the next morning and noticed a big puddle of oil underneath the car. And so got the car jacked up, and it was coming from the turbo. So got the turbo center section out, and the turbo had seized. The bearing is seized. Sounds like I might have overspun the turbo, toasted the bearing, and so it had seized. And that's why I have that cold side out. We have the center section being rebuilt. And then I ordered a 7170 from Pulsar. So we're gonna go one step up and see what happens from there. A couple of guys have been keeping track on some of the forums and Facebook and for the N55 platform. And as far as we know, the fastest time in the quarter mile for an N55 car is a 10:01. My goal is to beat that and be the first N55 into the 9s. We have yet to talk or see proof of anybody else doing better. If you have a car that's faster and you have the proof, you have a video and a time slip, go ahead and reach out to me and I'll happily make that submitted to one of the forums, and we have an Excel spreadsheet that we're keeping track of all this stuff. So currently there's one other person with an F10. There's draggy data, but I haven't seen a video, and he ran a 10.47. I ran a 10.54 and he ran a 10.47. So I think next time out we'll be able to get that going. it's just a matter of putting it all together. I've been drag racing for 20 years, and you start to get your launches down, and then you mess up on your top end, and then you get your top end back, and then you flub up your launches. And so it's a matter of just putting everything together to make a perfect run. Good launch, good 60 foot, good 330, and then good on the top end. So I think we can get it done. The car's got the potential. We just got to maybe pull a little bit of torque out of second gear. But I'm going to see maybe with this new turbo with the bigger AR, I might not need to do that this time around, but we'll find out. I'm really excited to keep doing what I'm doing and pushing this thing. And we got another drag race event coming December 6th. So hoping to have it done and ready to go by then. Another question I get asked a lot online is if I'm going to be selling this turbo kit. I want to say yes, I'm willing to sell the manifold, and with the manifold I'd have to sell the turbo as well, because there's some fabrication that goes onto the actual housing for the wastegate in order for it to fit properly with this kit. Now I might be willing to do that, make a few manifolds and do a couple turbo modifications for those that want the kit. I'm hesitant because of the complexity that this kit creates. With this bottom mount turbo, you have to create an oil scavenge system because the oil can't return on its own to the return location on the block. So you have to do an oil scavenge system, which requires, you can either go straight from the turbo to a pump that takes it back up there, or how I have it done where you have the turbo, the oil coming from the turbo to a reservoir, and then from that reservoir to a filter system to a pump, and then back up to the engine block. So with this kit comes complexity. So I'm real hesitant on selling the kit, but if you reach out to me, send me a DM or a private message, and we have a short discussion, I am willing to sell the kit, and I'll let you know for what cost and what all it entails when we talk online. So if you have any questions or you're interested in purchasing the kit, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Well, that's about it for this episode. I appreciate you guys joining the channel. Hit like, hit subscribe if this is the kind of stuff you like, or you like me, or you like the car, or whatever the case might be. I really appreciate everybody's support. I have had a huge outpouring on social media, people thanking me for pushing the platform and helping them. And I answer all the comments in the comment sections. I answer DMs. So if you guys have questions or have any concern or whatever the case might be, hit me up, and I will happily get back to you. We're going to be doing a Black Friday sale and a Cyber Monday sale. So check out inhouseperformance.com. We'll be having the strut bars on for sale, diverter valve block-off plates, intakes, charge pipes, the works, front bumpers, everything's going to be on sale. We're going to start our pre-order sale for the big brake kit for the F10. We got the caliper brackets, we got the calipers, we got the Hawk brake pads, we got the steel braided lines. I think what I'm going to do is have you guys purchase the rotors separately because they're heavy and the cost of shipping goes up astronomically for me, but you can get most of them from other companies for free shipping. But we're going to start that this week. I'm going to be distributing them in 4 to 8 week increments. So depending on your order number and your place in line, that will determine which increment you will be getting your kit in. So if you guys have any questions about that, please message me or DM me. Otherwise, if you do the pre-order, I will try to get back to everybody that pre-orders and let them know in which interval that they will get their kits in. So if you have any questions on the kit, let me know. It is the Brembo 6-piston caliper. I'll be providing Hawk brake pads and let you guys choose which variation you want, whether you want the street or the race set. And we'll get some steel braided lines, and then also offer possibly the RBF Motul 600 brake fluid, which I recommend for these kits. So yep, we'll start that this week. Hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Please, 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 you probably heard me on social media, you probably seen my comments. Please be safe out there. If you are racing on the track or anywhere else, wear a helmet. Use the proper safety equipment. If you're running faster than 899, put a cage in the car. If you have a cage in the car, wear a helmet, have the right harnesses. have a Hans device, do the things that are necessary to be able to run those speeds, like a parachute and so on and so forth. We've already lost one person in the community. There was another bad accident at a raceway. Let's just try to be as safe as possible. I don't condone street racing. I used to street race. I have street raced, but you know what? Do you? It's on you. We all learn lessons. Some of them are harder than others, and I just want to make sure everybody's there to spend time with their families and be happy and healthy. So please be safe out there. Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and we'll get back to you next time. Take it easy, guys. So we got a couple of homies out here. Amir right here. He's got 1,200 horsepower on his window. He just did 183. Omar's been working on the Supra. And then Pino has Steve's been turning it up little by little, so we keep trapped in the 150s now on this. So N55. Sash's got his tuner in the car right now, tuning up the 2JZ that he's got going on. So everybody's actually had a fairly good day today.